The tradition in hearing care is to develop technologies to amplify and compress sound to fit in the range the damaged ear can hear. We call that ear hearing. If you only focus on compensating for damages in the ear, you miss the most important organ in hearing, the brain. In order to diminish the effect of a hearing impairment, you need to focus on how the brain works and what it needs to perform optimally when it listens to sound. Oticon wants to make it easy for the brain to make sense of sound. To do that, we think brain first. You can divide what the brain does when hearing into 4 key functions. The brain constantly orients within the environment to have a sense of the listening space. It separates the relevant sound from competing noise. It will focus in the direction of the important sound source. It can recognize sounds and instantly make sense of them. When a sound reaches the brain, it performs all of these functions in parallel, all the time. Because the brain performs these functions simultaneously, we have to support them all continuously. When the brain is hearing, it is using the cognitive system to decipher and make sense of all the signals it constantly receives. Oticon has developed 4 distinct audiological features designed to ensure that when the signals reach the brain, it can make the best use of them. Spatial Sound, Free Focus, Speech Guard, and U-matic. Oticon's state-of-the-art signal processing platform, Inium, makes it possible to execute these essential features simultaneously and reliably. Having 2 ears helps us determine where the source of the sound is located. It also helps us focus on the sounds we need to hear and ignore those we don't want to hear. If the brain cannot get all the signals it needs, we lose some of our ability to locate sound. Spatial Sound provides real-time binaural processing. Both hearing instruments continually communicate to preserve and maintain the information the brain uses for orientation and to know what is happening in the environment. Spatial Sound combines 4 technologies to convey a higher dimension of spatial awareness. With a reduced hearing ability, the soft speech sounds are often the signals that are hardest for the brain to perceive. Speech Guard is the best approach to preserve speech elements and keep the speech envelope intact. This is vital so the brain can organize sounds and focus on the sounds of interest. The biggest challenge for people with a hearing loss is understanding speech in noisy situations. It is hard for the brain to separate the different sounds in an environment and focus on the person talking instead. Free focus supports the brain's ability to focus while enabling the brain to continue to orient in space and separate sounds. Free focus has up to 5 directional modes. Your hearing is as unique as your fingerprint. The way we experience sound is different for all individuals. Umatic is designed to optimize the performance of brain hearing technologies according to the individual's own unique hearing needs and personal sound preferences. With Umatic, brain hearing expands how hearing instruments can be personalized. Research shows that brain hearing is the right approach. Surveys show that the average user satisfaction of traditional ear hearing instruments is 79%. The survey responses were provided on a 7-point scale from highly dissatisfied to highly satisfied. The indicated 79% is the sum of respondents who answered that they were either highly satisfied, satisfied, or somewhat satisfied with the overall performance. When the exact same survey is done on new and experienced Oticon Elta users, the result is a satisfaction rate of a whopping 96%. This significant difference in the reported satisfaction is the result of Oticon's constant focus on making it easy for the brain to make sense of the sounds it receives.